Hello and welcome to another LEGO Bootleg review. Today we're looking at a Lele set, well, two Lele sets based on Avengers Endgame. On the left hand side we have a set containing figures D157 all the way to D164, and on the right hand side we have D165 all the way to 172. On the left hand side we have Captain Marvel, Nebula in a time travel suit. We have one of the Chitauri monster, no that's a Chitauri monster, one of Thanos' monsters. Thanos there with Infinity Gauntlet. We got Thor and Hawkeye and Raccoon in the time travel suits, and then on the next set we have War Machine, Captain America, Ant-Man in the time travel suits. We have Iron Man in one of his latest armors, Hulk there, and then we have a few of the Iron Man suits from the Iron Man Hall of Armor set. They just sort of copied those, including some of the accessories. But let's go back to the left hand side. Nebula has a stud shooting cannon. Does the stud shooting work? Yeah, kinda works. And then Captain Marvel here, she just has a bag of these transparent accessories, much like real Lego does this. So you know, this is built together just like real Lego, just like how they do it. We got some smaller pieces of flame bits, energy bits. These go underneath her feet for flying, and we got these ones that go on the hands that look like a punching energy. So we got all of these. There's a spare white arm there. Backpack with claws for this monster. We have a very basic gun build that's very similar to the original gun builds when Captain America from Avengers, first Avengers movie, gun build there. Not all these figures come with a minifigure stand, so Thor doesn't have that, but he has a built Stormbreaker, just like real Lego does it. Bow and arrow and quiver for Hawkeye. Energy gun there also built, just like Lego, for Rocket. He's got a minifigure stand War Machine. He's got the stud shooting cannon as well as a backpack stud shooting cannon that is attached to his neck. Stud shooter, red stud shooter, and then this blue energy for Iron Man, as well as this rocket sort of backpack that goes with Mark 1, but the other marks also have them, so there's 3 of these backpacks in this set. Shield for Captain America, as well as this giant energy blaster gun thing, which I think is a weapon more for Rocket or one of the like gun turret stands. Alien gun for Ant-Man, stud shooter for this Mark, whatever it is, Mark 1. He's missing a right arm, so I just replaced it with just the wrong one. Stud shooter there. Spanner for this Mark, as well as this robot droid thingy that he has. Focusing on the big figs first, they don't have articulated heads like some of the other bootlegs. In fact, they just have the same articulation as a regular Lego. It moves quite smoothly, pretty good. A little hint of gold molded into the gauntlet and the armor pieces. The printing there is a little bit smaller than what I'd like it to be. No toes here, by the way. So a bit smaller, looks a bit odd because it is smaller. The little details printed on the face, the helmet, and the arms there are actually printed quite nicely. In fact, this is way more gold than everything else, so that's a bit weird. These gems fit in there quite nicely. They're not going to fall out. Although this Thanos doesn't come with a regular hand, so he can never take this glove off. The transparency of these gems also look quite nice, and yes, looks like gummies. Quite cool. Hulk here also doesn't have a articulated head. The face is printed okay, but the blue lining or the face marks, those look very odd indeed. The pants are painted okay, but the little black lining print is seems simplified. A lot of the details are missing. Slightly off-centered too, and let's go look at the back. So both big figs are decent enough, okay enough, a bit on the glossy side, but otherwise they are pretty good big fig. So we'll be taking a quick look at 2 of these extra little bits that Lele has released recently, also based on Endgame. Now Lele has also released their Thanos figure as a standalone. It is the exact same figure, same print, same everything. Although it does come with an extra butter knife, and this knife is painted, is printed, so that's kind of cool on both sides. It's got the little details there, just like it should, and that's kind of neat. But it also comes with the red Infinity Gauntlet because it is on the wrong hand. It is still a left hand, but the nice red chrome has a pretty cool finish and overall looks pretty decent. So what do you do if you already have this set and only have the Thanos, you don't care about the knife and you just want to buy the gauntlet? Well, you can do that as well. Just like Infinity War, gauntlet and a stand. Of course, this is still the wrong hand, it's on the left hand. It got the Avengers logos pinned on the side and also these Infinity gems just plugged onto it. There are no spare gems, by the way, on any of these Lele release releases. So you can either get this full set with, you know, Thanos and this gauntlet, or you can get this one, the red one, or just get the red one and you got all these different options. The overall build on this is okay. The gems are quite nice, just as shiny as the first one, and the figure is again identical to this one. I'm not going to look at these minifigures this time in their set releases because I want to look at all the time suits in one go because they're pretty much the same. But anyway, for these are the figures that aren't in the time travel suits. And I'll just say this mask right here, you see how loose that is? It doesn't even clip in, that's annoying. How's this one? A bit better. And this one's, oh no, this one's no good too. You see that these also copy the real Lego one where there's no minifigure head underneath these, but more on those later. So the printing on these are pad printed, but the coloring is just a little bit off and everything just seems a little bit on the dull side, like they didn't add a white layer underneath. The helmet prints are actually better than the torsos, and for the most part none of it is off-center and stuff. Well, except hers definitely off-centered. It's like she's got lip there, but a really thick black line over it. It looks really bad. And these alien prints, they look very simplified and just lacking in color. Underneath the helmet there, Iron Man does have the face with the screen on it. And the printing there, the face is okay, but the blueprint is definitely off-centered. Turning it over to the backs suffer the same problems as the front of the minifigures, where the printing is okay, but it just isn't great. Especially these two, the colorings are lacking. The prints on the heads are stretched and warped. And it's also print, Captain Marvel where it does the best. The detailing there is definitely missing or messed up. This one's okay, and that one's just the gray. It doesn't look nice at all. Figures with the time suit, and all of the time suits are exactly the same design. All of the regular legs are the exact same design, and of course Raccoon has a short legs there. By the way, his tailpiece is a hard-ish plastic, so it doesn't have any give, so I'm just taking it off for now so you can see, you know, when I rotate these figures around. And the suit designs are printed actually okay. They're decent enough. The cutoff is a little bit on the high side, but if you just have them in the regular standing pose, they look fine. Ant-Man here, the black is a little bit thicker than the other ones, but otherwise they're all pretty close to each other. None of them have any side printing. Them have pretty decent face prints underneath as well. By the way, the Ant-Man helmet was printed okay, but it's the non-opening one. Not a fan of these. I prefer the original one. The mask on War Machine doesn't fall over like the other two ones, but it's still quite loose. And as for Captain America, I really like this helmet design. It's very smooth, small, and slick, kind of like the Flash movie helmet design for Lego. I like this a lot. This is definitely a you know, a nice keeper helmet. On the back here, most of them have second face print designs. You've got the lightning there, happy face, happy face, happy face, without the red screen. But Nebula, unfortunately, doesn't have any back head print design. The back of all these torsos are printed quite nicely. Ant-Man, once again, is a little bit on the darker side. The black lines are a little bit thicker, but otherwise, all these print designs are pretty decent. Just, you know, lacking any back leg print. So, the Lele releases for Endgame are, I think, for the most part, just based on everything from the official Lego sets. You're not going to see any new designs or altered designs here. The minifigures are okay. Like I said, there is one with a missing arm, so that kind of sucks, but you know, that's what you can expect from bootlegs and knockoffs. So hopefully if you do pick up one of these sets, it's not going to happen to you. In terms of the minifigure qualities themselves, the printing is okay. The lining for the most part is fine. The faces seem a little bit on the stretch side, especially on the creatures, but most of the figures look very close to the original Lego counterparts. The big figs are also produced quite nicely, and the Infinity Gauntlet is pretty cool, and the red one, yes, it's on the wrong hand, and bootlegs have released the proper right-sided hand ones now, so you can get those. So if you get these two, then you can have like red on each side, so that's still kind of cool. Like, it's useful accessory for customization and all that, so I wouldn't discount these wrong-sided red gauntlets entirely. The other bootlegs, of course, have also produced a lot of these Endgame minifigures, and I'll be taking a look at them as soon as possible. Compared to those, obviously I'm going to say the XINH one is going to be better. I'm going to take a closer comparison with that in that video. But otherwise, some of the other brands like Xingyuan or Pogo and all that. Now, Pogo one, just forget about that one. Don't get that one. Don't bother. Xingyuan ones are okay. This Lele one is okay, but the best one is still going to be XINH. Oh, and the KORUIT ones are pretty good, and KOPF is pretty good too. But for the most part, it's going to come down to your personal preferences. You like it slightly darker, slightly brighter? Do you want side printing? No side printing? Or do you want something that looks closest to the original official releases? And if that's the case, then these ones are the closest to the official releases. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below, and guys, take care and have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.